So let's start. Today is our second day of this school training session for the teachers. First of all, before starting, I want to ask something from the previous training session. A small question like, what do you understand by autism? And some points like, are you able to understand that how to screen out the kids with autism at your school premises so that you can further enhance learning which is needed for academic as well as non-academic activities. So I have put up some into the more easier way. So before starting, I want to convey a message to all the teachers on behalf of your students who are a bit different. So they always convey it's a kind of advice to the teachers that they should know we might experience things differently to you. So they are saying to the teachers that we are facing a challenge, and what is that challenge? That to us the environment which you are perceiving, for us it is very different. Certain environments might not be comfortable to us. So please teachers, remember when the kids are saying that this environment is not comfortable to us, so we have two approaches. Either we will force our student or we will force our kids to be into that environment because we don't have any other option. The second thing is we have to make that environment very much comfortable according to your student, right? Anxiety can be internal and result in the loss of concentration. So many times the teachers continuously complains for attention focus. So do you know that sometimes these kids faces internal anxiety because of your school environment, because of the crowdy places, because they are not registering the way you people want to get them registered. So that anxiety continuously going to the school, being into the school for 3-4 hours, that becomes a permanent thing, and then there is a permanent loss in the focus and attention concentration of your student. Frustration is not being bold. So when they are frustrated, in the last session also I explained that please don't think that they are intentionally disobeying you in front of other students, because always we compare like why the child is so rude, why the child is restricted to his own patterns, why he is not listening to me in the classroom, so other kids are also imitating the same rude behavior. So that kind of boldness is just because of the frustration they have. It is not inbuilt or they are not doing it intentionally. So let's start with the strategies to deal with the difficulties which you all are facing at school. The first is distraction in the physical environment contribute to students' anxiety and sensory processing difficulties. So physical environment plays very, very important role for these kids' change of behavior or negative behaviors. How? So now what you need to do? If environment is causing something, overwhelmness or not registering or not interested in that particular environment, the first thing is structured autism-friendly environment. So how you can create autism-friendly environment? First thing, the environment should be very calm. Calm in the sense it should not be very colorful, very cluttered, lots of chart papers, lots of music. All those things are alerting stimulation for the child in the classroom. So we should have a very calming environment according to the kid. Second thing is organized. If lots of clutters are there in the classroom, here sand is there, then maybe some toys are there, third blocks are there, so many teachers are gossiping together, all of the sudden another teacher entered to convey you some message. So all these are distractive environment for the autism students. So what you have to create? Calm environment as much as organized environment, which is what we called as autism friendly. Third thing is it should not be having lots of sensory stimulations also. Calming, organizing, away from distraction. Now the fourth thing is labeling, visual displays. So how you can label? You must be having some different, like these trays are there, but these are not labeled. But if you label this, for example, working environment or working drawer or a working tray, it means the child has to pick something from here and then put into another tray which may be colored like red. If this tray is green, it means the child has to go and pick the work from there. other kids are doing the work, but the child is not getting that specification verbally from you because he cannot follow your instructions. So the green tray, when you will point out, your autistic kid will go get the things, maybe a simple puzzle for him, and then once he is done, there is a red tray, label tray, anything. I'm just giving you example of red and green. You can get start, finish. So start, you have to daily practice with him. That start means you have to go for the work. Once the puzzle is done, praise him and shift into the finish. So there is a tray which is written as finish. So these all things are away from distraction. What has happened? You have focused your child to the visuals. In the same way, last session also I explained that we can use visual cards for motivating the child to more expressive and also to perceive. So those visual cards should also be always there in all the classroom or outside the classroom as well. What is low arousal environment? The environment which is calm, which is organized, away from distraction, so the child can focus more. Now, use of visual displays and labeling trays. Visual schedule, timetables and timers, these are also very important. So again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So if suppose today is Thursday, so the kid who is coming with some different sensory processing, you can just point, you can just show on a daily basis, okay, today is Thursday, next day is a Friday. So what are the activities to be done on Thursday? Maybe your other kids will follow that easily, but for them, you have to use verbal prompts, visual prompts, physical prompts. 3 prompts. I told now, verbal is when you are telling something verbally. Visual prompts when you are showing visual displays. And physical prompts when you are patting or you are just, helping the child with the hands to point or to use hand gestures for your kid. Now, these are the example of labeling: first and then, now and next, start and finish, choose. So these are all visual displays you have to prepare. Now see, this kid is, the example given here is, first you have asked this kid before moving out to wear the shoes and then to put on with the jacket. You can do elsewhere else. First wear your jacket, put on your shoes. So when you show first and then, and it has to be done by daily practice. So these things are very important to be done in the physical environment inside the classroom. Now, the second thing is set the clear behavioral and task expectations of rules and regulation. This is very important. Why it is important? Again, the kids with autism, they are overwhelmed or sometimes they are not able to register what the instruction my teacher is giving. So when the instructions other kids are following and that kid is not able to follow, definitely he will be anxious that something is going between the teacher and other of my friends which I am not getting it. And because of that anxiety, again your child is in stress, so maybe disturb the class. So what you have to do again with practice, you have to clearly, slowly, step by step, in an organized statement, positive statement, you have to clear your expectations. Behavior expectations are to be reinforced with visual cards. Now you'll ask how we have to make our expectations very much understood to my student because he is still not following the verbal instructions. Then again, visual prompts, visual cards. How? In the form of wait. Now what you are saying to as a teacher to your student, wait here, wait there, come, stop, start, finish. So your other students are following, they are making the cue, they are waiting for their turn, they are folding their hands. And what the other kid is doing, for which you are worried about, he is just roaming around, moving to and fro in the class and making lots of sound. When he is making lots of sound, do you really think that intentionally he is trying to disturb the class? No, he is trying to regulate himself. That particular time, if you have a visual card and you'll just wait. So that child may not able to read WAIT, but they can cite it. And when they, on a daily basis, you will just say, wait for your turn, fold your hands. So there is a visual card of fold your hands. So on a daily basis, through the visual cards, when you give again verbal, visual, physical prompt, they will understand, some in a week, some maybe in a month. Okay, so these are the very clear instructions you have created. You can just create on a cardboard or a chart paper. These are not very difficult. Role play, pretend play, modeling responses in different settings. So role play, pretend play, I think all of you are doing as a teacher also. Yes, they learn a lot through these role play and pretend play. Now modeling, What is modeling? Modeling can be a video modeling. Modeling can be a physical modeling. Modeling could be a peer modeling. These are three important strategies you can make a note, and it really works wonders. So first is the physical one. For example, right now I'm giving a particular, training session to you people. So it's a physical kind of training which I'm giving, and you can model me and perform this in your classroom for other teachers. So this is a physical modeling that you are copying me. The second is the video. So video modeling is if you will show to your student that the particular peer or particular, suppose in the video you want to show some activity that you want your child should perform that particular activity in that way. So play the video, let the child watch the video, and after that you perform it with the real toys or real activities, real puzzles. So, but it will not happen in a day. It will not happen in a day. So on a daily basis, the video modeling has to be used so that they will understand your instructions and concept. Now third is the peer modeling, which really works the best, that whenever you are with a group of kids, rather than noticing his or her negative behaviors, it would be better to ignore him and you just point out his or her peer. Any kid, you can use it and just give instruction to that kid. Okay, this is not a playtime, sit here. Now the child is observing that my teacher is giving instruction to my friend. So on a daily basis, when the same instruction is given to the peer, so then you convey this message, now I am expecting this from you also. Again, clear expectations and task expectations. So peer modeling, physical modeling, video modeling, you can use any of the modeling. Again, for that you have to spend some time away from your classroom as well for video modeling specifically. Peer modeling you can use by ignoring your student. Peer modeling is you can just ignore your student, right? But you can do that strategy on his peer. Okay. Now the third thing is transitions. So try to notice many times when your child is getting transit. What is transition? Either from one activity to other, because in a single classroom, maybe you are making your kid to play with sand. After finishing, maybe there will be a circle time or a rhyme time, right? So this is a transition into the same classroom from one activity to other activity. But sometimes it is also there transition from one location to other location. For example, academic or literacy is going in the classroom, and now the teacher is asking for the playground activity. So the location has changed. So when we are talking about transitions, these kids are very sensitive. Again, why? They always like sameness, maximum time. Some kids, it's not necessary 100% every time every kid faces problem with transition. There are different level of autism, there are different level of understanding, and autism itself is a spectrum. So for transition to happen smoothly and sensitively, teachers need to use, very common now for you, visual cards, right? Then prepare your student before the transition happen all of the sudden. If you prepare your child by showing, by instructing them, having the clear expectations, after 5 minutes, we have a lunch break. So lunch break, it may contain with you a pic of that student along with the tiffin, along on the table. So you can ask your parents to get us the pic. So social stories is something, it is written in a very different way, which through the pictorial presentation, but it should be connected. Yes. Like the kid is taking out bread piece from the tiffin, the next putting up butter with the plastic spoon, third folding it up, and then fifth sharing with friend. So why social? One is called as visual card, one is called as sequencing. Now it comes out to be social stories. Why I am saying social stories? Because it is giving some kind of message which is being conveyed through those visual sequence. Now here with the bread example is, I want to train my child for sharing of food. Correct? So for sharing of food, I have put it into the particular visual sequence, and the child is able to visualize. With the practice, you can build up number of stories. With practice, your student is able to understand various concepts and he is able to express that what he needs. Now, use a finish box. This is another part. As I explained you, labeling, visual displays you can do. Same way, just have one corner here for the finish box. Write it with the white chart paper, black pen, finish box, and put a big box into it. So whenever your child is, completing that particular activity, maybe other kids are cleaning up and doing and putting into their rack because they can read their name and put all the books or the activity on place, and that child may not. So what you can do for that particular child, finish box. Again, make them practice what is finish box, give them clear instructions about the finish box, and once the activity is finished, with your physical prompt, take the child, finish, finish, finish. So continuously when you are prompting through the verbal thing, you are touching your child, you are giving physical prompts, and then you are taking your child towards that finish box. It is written there. So it also works because now the child is in the mode of doing the activity and you are transiting it into the another activity, or you want to finish the session, right? Then picture exchange communication system. For example, you can give these two cards. I want glitter wand, or I want glitter wand. So continuously you are asking the kid, just give me this glitter wand. I want, he may not react. But when you have divided into two cards, I want, come here, I want glitter card. So that way you can use these picture exchange communication system for everything.